So I'm going to do another tour through some of my sketchbooks. The one I'm going to choose today is this one, landscape format, coffee ring on it, which is quite usual. And this is from 2006, various trips round and about. These are common seals up on the Moray Firth near Keswick, and it notes a red kite flying over, a little pencil study. I can't remember what I was doing up here. I think I was visiting friends up in Bewley, and this is I'd stopped just at the side of the road to have a cup of coffee and a sandwich. And I remember this, I did this blue pencil drawing of the road and the side of the estuary with some stakes coming through. It's a beautiful day in the garden, by the way, and I've got building a summer house in the garden, so that's a project while I'm in lockdown. I think this was the same trip at Keswick, these shelduck guddling around in the mud. And yes, this was just up the road a little bit. Quick sketch of a tractor. Yeah, this is very much a visual diary, and drawing as an exercise. Pencil, it's all on cartridge paper. This Kingoody just across the river from here now, but before we moved to this area, moved back here, this pile of rocks looking across to where I now live, actually, just over here. And this is an old trough next to an abandoned barn in southwest Fife. Quick sketches of a kestrel being mobbed by ring ouzel. Oh yeah, that's a closer view of what was going on. A trip to the Isle of May. This is the white wall with it leads up to MacLeod's Path, as it's called. And you see, I've just scribbled in here the kind of reflected glare of the orange of the foot. And this, I remember, this actually turned into a painting. This was three birds. One had been carrying sand eels, another had been carrying nesting material, these flowers that was being taken down to line the burrow, and another one had some strands of fishing line alarmingly wrapped around it, and they weren't all together like this, but they were within the same kind of field of view. So I did this quick sketch to remind myself and turned it into a little painting. Otters in the burn, when I was out ringing near Inchture. Drawings of red kite flying around. This was more formalised workout of the previous page. I quite often do this. I'll try and get an idea of how the bird's moving around and then kind of solidify it into a pose I can use later. Just doodles of an osprey catching fish. And that was near North Queensferry in Fife. And that was in August, so presumably late August might have been a bird on migration, I guess, that time of day. And in amongst these field sketches, there are some pages where I've just been trying to work things out in the studio, so I've scribbled out compositions and sort of planned how I'm going to make a painting work. This was worked up from other sketches in other books. This is a studio piece, I can tell that, where I was just working out how I'm going to work this into a composition. That's what's happened here as well. These are all studio sketches. This one, however, just a quick composition idea while out in the field. Oyster catchers on a rock. And again, this was a moor burn, heather burning, and estate workers controlling the blaze as birds flew around. This was just, again, a studio piece from other field notes, just trying to work out the composition. Whereas this one is a field study. Otters playing around when I'd caught a fish. And a series of paintings of eiders. This is using some watercolour on the cartridge paper. And these turned into paintings of compositions really of eiders stranded on these rocks as the tide went out. So they'd get on the rocks when the water level was like that. And then, half an hour later, they would be up on these pedestals. It looked really, really interesting. All those kind of sculpturally presented forms. and I'd return to this, try and work out what these guys were doing, the poses. So again, this was working some things out for an ongoing composition. And this was gone back to watch this family of otters. This is with Conte, it's a darker, more textured pencil. Gold crests in the garden, I think, these ones. And this was a composition workout. Turned into a large watercolour painting. So that's some half-inch sketches from Scone when I was helping a friend of mine doing some field work there. Tonal, that didn't really work out well, but it gives the idea of what I was doing. And yeah, these were just wandering around and doing drawings of a heron looking over the edge of its nest and a great spotted woodpecker looking up the tree, and again trying to work out a composition in this one. And this one was just sitting waiting for the ferry, I think, in Oban. Yes, it's Oban. Just sitting, drawing people past, and the journey across, passing Egg with shearwaters flying past. And where was this? South Uist. So I'd taken this sketchbook along when I was doing some big field paintings out in the Outer Hebrides at the end of the summer. So this is a mallard duck with chicks going past and displaying Dunlin on the rock in the foreground, and a little landscape of thatched houses and Grimsey sand here looking across, and more Balashir. So another drawing of this Balranald as I was walking around. So this was at a time when I was using, as I still do, A3 watercolour sketch pads. So these are very quick drawings to accompany these more finished watercolour studies that I was doing in another pad. And Corncrake. So I remember this. There were great views of this one that was rushing around in the open and calling. And it was amazing. And I think this is the last one. Yeah, that's the last page. And this is a Bernery. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. It was really interesting for me looking back through all these different projects and sketches. And I will show you more of these books in a later episode. Thank you.